Welcome into the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where today we return home coming off a stretch of rivalry games to face the Arizona Wildcats. And this is a Wildcats team that has seen a similar rise to ourselves. They are now ranked 13th with a 6-2 record. They opened the year going 3-1, their only loss being to a ranked Nebraska. Coming off the bye, they went another 3-1, beating their ranked opponent, dropping a game to Utah. But to round out the season, they do have a tough stretch. Stanford, ourselves, ranked at 5. Oregon ranked at 6. UNLV should be a little bit of an easier game for them. They're only 2-6, but then their rivalry matchup to end the season. And they've had impressive play from their redshirt junior quarterback in Levi Fullington. 23 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. Rushing the ball, Radovich has done a great job, averaging nearly 6 yards a carry. However, he does have a fumbling issue. Receiving, it's Saragusa and Williams who largely lead them, but they're going to get the ball to Tapley, Umeniora, and Radovich. And continuing off the rise similar to ourselves, it seems to be their defense that has led them this year. 52 tackles for Easton. They're making a lot of plays in the backfield for the running game and in the passing game. And on top of that, they're forcing turnovers down the field. With our Cardinal coming off their bye week, they are well rested and they've welcomed in the final of the 5 stars, landing Darren Sturham, the 3rd 5-star receiver. They also land Jason Blair, the number 1 ranked defensive tackle in this class. And arguably the best name for any player, Legend Inagbar, the top corner, also declares to Stanford. Now, while it's great to land those 5 stars, we do miss out on some 4-star talent. Eric Evanson, the right guard, as well as Ricky Traynor. And heading to USC is Toiana, the free safety. So we miss out on a couple free safeties in this class. But with the additional points, we're looking at 3 more players. Rick Ragas, DeMarco Childers, and Tyrone Heggie. With a very heavy 5-star focus, Stanford once again at the top here. And with the 4 stars to help round out this group, this might be Coach Bearington's first number 1 class. And with several more recruits in attendance for today, this is a big game for not only this year, but for the future of the Cardinal. As we are underway, ETN boots it off, and they will take the touchback. Wildcats will head out on offense, starting at the 25, behind Fullington, the junior. And while he's played a very clean game this year, I'm sure Coach Barrington is going to have a few more tricks up his sleeves as they start with the play action pass. With time to throw downfield and dropped, Asher breaks it up. But I like the early aggressive nature. They went for Fisher. 2nd and 10, quick throw. They're going to get it out to their tight end with a gain of 8. And quickly we have a 3rd and 2. They're back in shotgun. Hard count and an early jump. They're going to get Cantwell. And if you want to play well, you can't do that. Unfortunate here for the Cardinal early on. A free 1st down, and as they hand this one off, Radovich, he's going to pick up 6. So far, good balance for the Arizona Wildcats as they look to pass the ball again to the outside, and they find their top receiver this time. Fisher gets enough for the 1st down. They move to the 49, just shy the midfield line. Back in shotgun, they get motion. Right to left, fake the jet sweep, hand it off Radovich. He's going to pick up a few. Cardinal do well to not let that open up too much. Single back set this time as Fullington drops under center. Looking to pass the ball, dump it off for Radovich, and a couple guys bring him down. And he'll force another 3rd down. 3rd and 5. As Fullington passes downfield and can't break it up, Hennessy. Great hands there from Terrell Pratt. They're down to the 27. They go hurry up, quick swing it out, and broken up that time for Pratt. Fullington doing a good job of getting that ball out quickly here, minimizing the blitzes that the Cardinal can bring. More play action. Looking to pass downfield, and Asher gets the best of him. Came into this one with just 4 picks on the season. He throws one early as the junior corner here for the Cardinal makes another big play. And Fullington immediately heads over to his receiver, trying to coach him up. Guess he wanted that route a little bit flatter. Cardinal take over at the 17 with a pistol set here. RPO, they get it to the outside. That's the freshman in Moses. He's going to pick up 8. A very young core here for the Cardinal receiving group. Only the one senior in Haddad. 2nd and 2, they hand this one off Parrish as he's got the first down right down the middle. And as we talked about earlier, Stanford did land 3 freshmen, 5-star receivers. They'll be added to this group, and maybe they'll see immediate impact. There obviously are plenty of guys sitting in front of them currently. A couple freshmen getting some playing time this year. As they roll out, it looks like Avant will just tuck and pick up what he can. Takes the hit as he gets out of bounds at the 40. It is 3rd and 3 and a hard count. They get the Wildcat defender to jump. That's been a big part of this Cardinal offense the last couple games as they've been on the road. They've picked up those calls. 1st and 10 here at the 45. As they throw outside, finding Haddad, the senior receiver. He and Blouse, the sophomore, they've been bouncing back and forth game in, game out on who's going to have the big one. This time it might be Haddad's big day. As Avant will just tuck it and run here, getting down before the hit from Easton. Decided to take the easier play on that one. 2nd and 2, RPO. Hand this one off Parrish. He cuts to the left-hand side. He's got the first down, but gets tripped up. If he's able to keep his legs, that might have been a house call. But at the 25 for a 1st and 10, and under immediate pressure, no one blocked Jarrett. He gets back there for a 7-yard loss, backing us up to the 32. Hard count from Avant, no one jumps. As they look to set up these slants, it'll again be a scramble from Avant as it looked like he tried to fake slide. He'll end up getting tossed down, leaving a 3rd and 10 here at the 25. Hard count, no one jumps. As they look to find a pass right-hand side, they got Blouse, but it's knocked out by the corner. Austin Kuma forces ETN on out here as the Cardinal look to take the lead. As he puts it in between the uprights, it will be 3-0 following the first possession from each side. But for Fullington, that's a little bit of a reprieve as it's not a touchdown off of his 5th interception on the year. Wildcats start with a running game going to Radovich. And as he's done all season, he's done pretty well with his few carries in this one. Gain of 5 on 1st down. Opens the playbook here for 2nd. As they throw and getting the catch, not picking up the first down. Turian Williams about half a yard short. And we'll send this one into the break. First quarter comes to an end here. It is 3-0 in Palo Alto. But a 3rd and 1 and a chance for the Wildcats to continue their drive as they started their first drive pretty well. It was Antonio Asher that ended it for them with the pick around the 1-yard line. 3rd and 1, they get motion. Tight end goes to the left-hand side as they go read option, and Donald Camp is all over him. That will force the punt at the 30. The Cardinal, already up by 3, will hit the field at the 39. A pretty good punt for the Wildcats. And they throw that one into the turf. It was good coverage from the Wildcats as they tried to the wheel from the tight end, screen from the receiver. Got pressure, Avant just dumps it, and they get the stop on Moses. Stephen Owens, right-hand side. He makes the play. It's going to be a loss of a few and a 3rd and long here for the Cardinal. Hard count does not pan out here. As the lane opens up, Avant, he's going to tuck and run, and he lowers the shoulder for the first down. He battled through some injuries early on this season, and he seems to be healthy and ready to rumble. 1st and 10, they hand this one off Parrish, right side for 3. And inside plus territory now. They got a 2nd and 7. Haddad comes in motion. Blitz comes off the right-hand side and into the turf again. Arizona doing well to bring some pressure. Forces another 3rd down. Hard count. That'll make it a 3rd and 2 as they get a 2nd Wildcat to jump. This time, Zhengwu makes it a 3rd and 2. They come out pistol set here, single back. Avant hands this one off Parrish. He gets a cutback lane and gets enough for the first. 5 carries, 23 yards for him, and a fresh set of downs for the Cardinal offense. Moses comes in motion. They go jet sweep again. Get that tall receiver out in space. He picks up 8. And that seems to be a focus for Coach Bearington in recruitment. All these receivers at least 6'2" at a minimum. As they roll, letting this thing develop, and he throws it out for Haddad, who gets the catch, spins, but doesn't break away. But what a throw from Montrell Avant. Dropped that one in the bucket. 1st and goal at the 6. They get back to it quickly here. As he rolls to the right-hand side, he's got Haddad, and Haddad has the 10-point lead. Cardinal offense striking on their first 2 drives in their defense, locking down the Wildcat offense. And as the Cardinals have been on a away streak for a little while, a good welcome back here from Palo Alto. 1st and 10, throw to the outside, they get Fisher. Seems to be a pretty big focus of this Wildcat offense. Early downs, finding those quick hitters. Radovich stretches to the outside, looks for a lane, picks up a couple, and now Antonio Asher seems to be clutching either at that right hamstring or knee. That could be a little bit of a concern for this Cardinal defense. Brandon Nicholson, the senior, will step in his place. With a 3rd and 3, pass to the outside, picked off Hennessy. They were trying to get Turian Williams, but it's the now #1 corner here with Asher out making the play, filling in for his spot. And for Fullington, who came into this one with just 4 interceptions on the season, he's already thrown 2 here in the first half alone. Cardinals start at the 40 as they go play action. Deep shot, 1v1, Blouse, and tipped away. The stats always say taking that shot after a turnover could lead to big things. Cardinal try it, doesn't pan out that time. As Avant steps up, he's got some green grass and slides down in front of the line to gain. That leaves them with a 3rd and 1, a heavy set. As they look to run behind the pulling guards, Parrish, he's got the 1st. Cardinal well on their way as they're inside field goal range here to make this potentially a 3-score game. At the 26, they set up the wide receiver screen, get a couple blocks downfield. Haddad, though, can't shake the corner. Kuma once again makes the play. He had the breakup on that deep ball to Blouse earlier this drive. 2nd and 4, firing it to the outside. They get Moses, and he will power forward, get that 1st down. He is a difficult receiver to bring down, that big frame that Coach Barrington prefers for his receivers. Hand this one off to Parrish, who tries to slip under the block, the pulling guard. Or actually check that, it was the pulling center. Makes it 2nd and 8 here following the 2-minute warning. At the 12-yard line, Blouse motions in. They look for the crackback block, but all over it is Owens. He's already made a couple big plays in the backfield. We saw that with the stats. 2nd and 13. Cardinal dumped this one off to the tight end, and Buck shakes one, but he's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And with Arizona calling their timeout, they're trying to save time to make something happen here. Flipping the ball out, ETN throws, Buck has the catch, Buck has the touchdown. Cardinal fake it up by 10. Now make it up by 17 as they're facing 13th ranked Arizona. And for ETN, he could tack on 7 more points to his tally. They take over at the 17, very fitting as that's the amount of points they are down as they go for Radovich. He gets the catch and out of bounds. Impressive hops there for a pretty sizable running back. 1:07 left here. They got 2 timeouts and they need some amount of points here to end this half. As they get good blocking up front, but Rico Cote is all over Radovich. I'll force Arizona to call their 2nd timeout. They got 1 more remaining. 1:01 left in the half with a quick throw to the outside. They're going to find Williams with a gain of about 10. They'll set things up for a slightly easier 3rd down here. They need 5 more, though. You could argue they should go for it on 4th if they do not convert. With pressure bearing down, it's Nelson who picks up the sack. 4th and 16. Now it's probably best to punt this one away. And that is exactly what they will look to do. Cardinal will take it into halftime with a 17-0 lead. It's been dominating offense for the Cardinal, and their defense have forced turnovers, something that hasn't been a problem for the Arizona Wildcats so far this season. But going up against one of the top defenses in the nation, Fullington has 2 interceptions on the day. Their running game, while they've looked for it, has been good. Radovich averaging 4 yards a carry. But Montrell Avant, he's hitting his passes. Running game going smoothly for the Cardinal. And the defense, while not getting turnovers, they're getting stops in the backfield. 3 TFLs and a sack. Well, for Arizona, that's what they're going to have to see from their own defense, as worst possible news for them is the Cardinal start off the second half with the ball, already up by 17. They hand this ball off for Parrish, who takes it right down the middle with a big lane, gashing for about 20. And if the Cardinal get that running game going even more, this could be a long day for the Wildcat defense. 1st and 10. They go with the wide receiver screen. Blousay might be his first catch of the game, and he'll pick up 5 on the screen, up to the 46. 2 tight ends go right-hand side as it's play action for Avant, who's going to roll and throw. Blousay doesn't make the adjustment. Kuma dove in to break that one up. He's made a lot of big plays for this defense. 3rd and 5, and it should be a free play here for the Cardinal, as it's going to be a deep ball for Haddad, and off his fingertips. Kuma there again. With Ben Thompson jumping, it'll be a 3rd and inches rather than the 4th down. They bring out Lucas, the fullback. They hand it off. Parrish, he finds a lane eventually. Doesn't open up widely, but eventually the O-line gets the push. It's 1st and 10 at the 47, plus side as Avant is dropping back. He's under pressure, throwing this one. Blousay toe taps for a gain of 3. I'm sure Blousay will take any targets he gets, as again, only 2 catches so far in this one. It's 2nd and 7. And then they throw it late. It gets picked off. That's been a problem for Avant, is just throwing some bad late balls. He gets a little flustered. That's where the interceptions have come this year for him. Well, for the Wildcats, who were desperate to have something go their way, that could start to swing some momentum. They take over at about the midfield line. Fullington throws tight end and upended from behind. Rico Cote came flying over to help get a stop. Forces a 2nd and 3. They get 3 receivers right-hand side. Radovich has a lane down the middle, and he's got the 1st down. He's definitely not one to go down easy, as they're going to bring him back into the backfield here. They got Fisher at the tight end spot. A little bit of some confusion here as they ran hurry up. Looking to set up the screen, but Cantwell is immediately on Fullington. A loss of 8. He might be a big boy, but that big boy can move. 2nd and 18. They come out trips to the left-hand side. Fullington's got to make a big play here. As pressure was building, he throws outside, finding Williams. That'll about half the yardage needed. 3rd and 8. A weird look here for the Wildcat, and nearly picked off by Rico Cote. With a weak-legged kicker, that will force a punt by the Cardinal defense, so nothing off the turnover. Though a good punt downs us at the 4. As we look to get the ball to the outside, Parrish, he's got space as he turns up and picks up the 1st. Up to the 15, a little bit more breathing room now. 1st and 10, they go with a run to the left-hand side, and that time he's bottled up. Marked as no gain. 2nd and 10. Back to the shotgun look. Here goes Montrell Avant. As they look to set up the halfback screen, he doesn't get it off. Ball just flutters into the grass, and it's 3rd and 10 here. Wildcat defense, they're trying to stand. At the 15, Haddad motions all the way to the outside. Flip it his way. It's the orbit screen, and no blocking. Another big play from Kuma. As the Cardinal defense head on out. Good news for that group is Antonio Asher is back out there. He did get banged up in that 1st half. Good stop again, Cantwell. He's trying to make up from that penalty he had to start the game. Goes as a loss of 2. Wildcats backed up now at the 45 for 2nd and 12. They look for Radovich, and a couple guys will be there to get the stop. But once again, they do half the gain needed. 3rd and 6. They are looking for about the 43-yard line. With a ball downfield, it's Asher getting the pick. He does not get the block, however, from the freshman in Marcock. Offense will take over at the 35. They are 1 pick away from doubling the interception tally of Fullington. Coach Barrington talks about having a few tricks up his sleeves to get in the head of Fullington. I don't think it's with the play calling by any means. It's been pretty standard practice out there as Montrell Avant weaves for 2. But whatever it is that Coach Bearington is doing, it's working out pretty well here for the Cardinal. They're up 17-0. Get motion from Blouse as they're letting this one develop. Throwing this one out late and off the chest of Lucas. Perhaps that is why they don't throw his way all too often. 3rd and 8. They're looking to find a first down here as they roll. Gets the block from Haddad. Turns the corner. It's a first down, but it looks like it will be coming back. Fowler, the right guard, with a hold. So instead of a first down, it's 3rd and 18. The longest third down Cardinal have faced, but it is press coverage on the outside. 2 deep safeties. Empty set, and Haddad immediately gets the good release. He's got speed, but not enough speed to catch up to that one. Airmailed and a punt. The Wildcat defense definitely stepping up for Arizona this second half. However, their offense has not found any points so far. Still down by 17. They motion over their tight end. Play action and pass downfield, finding Williams. Jalen Day-Summerlin chops him out. And honestly, they got to be a little bit lucky they didn't get called for a guy downfield, a blocker 5 yards downfield on that one. 1st and 10. And looking to scramble, taking a couple hits from the DTs. Fullington able to pick up 2 as we head on into the 4th quarter. It was a 0 on the scoreboard for both teams in that 3rd. But with the offense going off in the first half, they've built up a solid lead that still remains as we get the 4th quarter officially underway with a 2nd and 8. Throw to the outside, and there it is! 4th interception on the day. The Stanford Cardinal have doubled the interceptions on the year for Fullington. 2 have gone to Antonio Asher, 1 to Hennessy, and that one to the senior in Donald Camp. Cardinal at the 33 as they'll look to finally find some points this half. Throwing, and no, it's going to get picked right back. A great read from 17. Buck was open, but Buxton said, no, you aren't, crashed on it. And the Wildcat offense gets to head right back out. So it seems it has been a clean game for either quarterback in this one. With 8:49 left, they need 2 touchdowns and a field goal to tie. And that's a good pass. They find their tight end, Tapley. Perhaps with touch like that on a few more of these other throws, it wouldn't be turnovers, but instead big gains for the offense. 1st and 10 now inside the red zone for might be the first time today. As they go with jet sweep, Fisher, he is caught in a net. Only managing to pick up 2 with a 2nd and 8 as we move inside 8 minutes. Still looking to pass the ball. They go underneath, and big hit Richardson. He jars the ball free. And on top of it, he recovers. What a play from the senior linebacker of this Cardinal defense. And it would appear the booth has confirmed that was a fumble by Fisher. Cardinal take over at the 6. Number 6 in charge here, Montrell Avant. He needs to just clean up that passing game a little bit. Parrish takes the handoff, and he'll go for 7. And I'm sure as we're inside the 8-minute mark here, we're going to see a lot more from this Stanford running game. As he stretches it to the outside, looks for that spin move. He's got the first. Strong moves coming in there from the running back, and he'll check off the field here. Montrell Dog in for his first carry as he goes down the middle and picks up another 8. With a bunch of 5-star receivers coming in, a 5-star running back, and a lot of talent already on this team. The skill group for the Cardinal are only going to look to improve. And for the rest of the Pac-12, that might be pretty dangerous because this group is already looking very dominant. As they haven't done anything, though, this second half, I'm sure Coach Barrington wants to see that improved. Parrish, a lot of hard work for no gain. Cameron McClover finally brings him down at the 34 as we tick ever closer to just 5 minutes left here. Avant, he's going to step up and run, sliding down with a first down gain. Well, he obviously has had a couple problems in the passing game today. He's done very well running that ball, extending plays, as Parrish will not get by him this time. David Easton, their leading tackler, makes the play. It's a loss of 1 for the Cardinal. Not too many negative plays in this one. As they hand it off, Parrish will get that yard back, plus a few more. But with a 3rd and 6 waiting, they bring out Gordon Draft here. Parrish in the backfield, and Draft will keep this one. He picks up a couple good blocks and comes up close, but they do not give it to him. 4th and about a yard. Draft stays out there. As they look to hand this one off, Parrish goes nowhere, plus a flag is down. Looks like they're going to get holding on the right tackle. That is the freshman in Ahala. Will be declined, and the Wildcats can take over here at the 48. Their defense still picking up some big stops as they go Fisher. He's upended. That might be the same, if not at least a similar play to what he fumbled on their last drive. 2nd and 5 as we're a few plays away from the 2-minute warning as Fisher breaks through a couple weak tackles and Richardson tosses him out of bounds. Or at least close to out of bounds. They say knee came down in bounds. They're trying to get that ball off in time, but they run out of time. 2-minute timeout. A 1st and 10 at the 28. They're looking to find some points here late, make this something late on, and Richardson gives up the catch. Surprised that one isn't the 5th turnover on the day for Fullington, though the Cardinal have forced 5 turnovers today. 2nd and 8, and he should have had another. That one just bounces off the hands of Rico Code. It's 3rd and 8. Empty set here, Fullington. He's got Fisher in that left slot. Pass rush, Nelson forces the throw late and out of bounds. Fisher in the area. With a 4th and 8, they will stay on the field here. They need some points as they throw and nearly picked off Richardson. After the turnover on downs from the Cardinal also forced a turnover on downs. 1:42 remains. Draft still in at quarterback. He'll take this one, jukes out the safety. He's headed down the seam. 17, the only one who can catch him, but he won't. Gordon Draft takes it to the end zone, and that should mark the end to this one. A big, dominating win here for the Stanford Cardinal. But to officially end this one, the Cardinal would more than double the interception tally for Fullington as Antonio Asher gets his 3rd on the day. What a game, though, for your Stanford Cardinal, returning home to Palo Alto, and they lay the goose egg on the Arizona Wildcats, 24-0. Antonio Asher gets 3 interceptions on the day, nearly by himself, doubling the interception tally of Fullington. But for him, you do got to feel a little bit bad, but the Cardinal were just too much for this Wildcats team. They've dropped 2 of their 3 ranked games, and it's not going to get any easier for them as they head to Oregon next week. As for us, we head to UW. Well, that'll be with even more commits as Charles Icard out of Stockton, California, the 4-star right tackle or just offensive lineman. A lot of these guys will probably get shifted around. He commits. We also land another right tackle in Jimmy Valerio out of Chandler, Arizona, stealing him away from Arizona. And going to the defensive side, we get J.P. Waddle out of Redlands, California. The outside linebacker might be able to flex to edge rush. Again, we'll see with some of these guys. But who will be staying at his position? Greg Lovelace out of Richland, Washington, the 4-star off-ball linebacker. And it is good news that we do land some of those right tackles or offensive linemen because Fajardo does decide he is going to go to Arizona State. We were in a good battle between Arizona State and ourselves, but he's from Mesa, Arizona. He's going to go play for a local team, if you will, staying in Arizona. And as for some of those new guys that we were looking into, we are already jumping into some good battles. For Rick, we just had a right tackle commit to Arizona State, so now we have him, and we are in first for him. Childers, we are competing. We jumped into this one late. Currently, we are behind Army and Arkansas, but I could see ourselves overcoming. I mean, we already jumped from having nowhere on his board all the way up to 3rd, so looking pretty good there. Heggie, we do have another tight battle, so we're definitely going to be loading on some points here with a lot of these latter 4 stars, as they are going to be key in developing for us in the future. But next time, we have an away game yet again against UW, and they are not getting a lot of wins right now, to be quite frank. They are 3-6. And in terms of conference standings, I know it's a little bit behind me, but trust me with this, they are very close to being relegated right now. They are 3-6 as mentioned. UNLV are 2-7. Perhaps if Washington doesn't turn things around here, they could see themselves head into the Mountain West. But it doesn't quite look like turnovers are at least the problem at quarterback. They have Keon Akbar, who has 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. They just don't seem to be scoring that often. The running back here in Adam Muhammad, 4 touchdowns, 1 fumble. It's the only fumble they have in the running game. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. Receiving wise, they're making some plays. And defensively, they definitely have some solid guys here. Rashad Lord, he has 11 TFLs. George Witherspoon, he has 7 sacks, and they are forcing some turnovers, not a whole lot, but they're just not finding wins. It'll be up to us to make sure that they still do not find wins, as they are all the way down to an 84 overall team. Let's still not let that go over our heads. Let's put together another good game as we are back up to 4th in the national rankings. And make sure you stick around to see what happens next. Hit that bell icon bottom right, or scroll down, hit the sub button, and definitely tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Plus we have the Jaguars franchise every single Tuesday, Thursday. A lot of big things happening. And we'll see if Antonio Asher can get any more picks next time as we head up to Seattle.